and your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station. And you can also watch us. We are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. And tomorrow is a big day in Vicksburg. They're kicking off their celebration for their Bicentennial year. And joining us today is Beth Strickland. She's the Executive Director for Vicksburg Convention and Visitors Bureau. So, hey, Beth.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you doing?
Well, I appreciate you taking a little time. I know you guys are all working like little bees out of a beehive around Vicksburg, getting ready for everything that's going on. But how exciting is tomorrow?
Yes, we are so excited to kind of kick off everything Bicentennial with the anniversary of our incorporation tomorrow. We cannot believe it's been 200 years.
So take us back 200 years, Beth. You were working for the city. I know. I'm just picking. It probably feels like that some days. But what's a little bit of the history of Vicksburg that you guys will be encouraging people to revisit and learn as y'all celebrate 200 years?
Well, of course, we'll talk a little bit about our founder, Newitt Vick, and just kind of go along through history where it comes from, the Mississippi River, how it's changed, and how we got it back, as the riverfront. We'll talk a little bit about the Civil War history and the Civil Rights history, and then more recent history and what's been happening from when casinos came in the 90s to other economic development and things that are just going on today, and start looking towards the next 200 years. It's just going to be a great time to celebrate our community and our historic city, and we're just really excited to invite everybody along for the ride.
I saw where you were founded in 1811. That's Vicksburg. And I thought, man, that math's not mathing. But you weren't officially incorporated until 1825, which does make this you guys' 200th a year. So what happens tomorrow? Y'all have big plans. Y'all have lots of events going on. I know there's been some changes, I think, thanks to Mother Nature. So what's going to happen in Vicksburg?
So at 2 p.m., which was kind of like a 200, we're going to have the proclamation ceremony. We will have the official proclamation from Mayor Flaggs. Lieutenant Governor Hosman, who is from Vicksburg, is going to come in town and talk about reissuing our city's charter. We've got both aldermen speaking. We've got some local bands performing. It's just going to be a fun time at the proclamation ceremony, and that's going to be at 2 p.m. now at the Vicksburg City Auditorium, and we're working on making it look really great. And we did move it from Washington Street Park. It's a little, just after the rain came through this weekend, it's a little damp. So we wanted to make sure everybody's comfortable and everything looks great. So we're just moving it on to the City Auditorium. And then we also went ahead last week and made the decision to move the Bicentennial Parade indoors, which we were already doing a little bit because we wanted to make it, just something a little different. We love to parade here in Vicksburg. We have one every couple of months. And so we thought to make this one a little different, we would run it through the convention center. And so we decided that's just going to be the complete highlight, is we're just going to have an indoor Bicentennial Parade. We don't have to worry about weather or anything if we do that. So it's going to go through the bottom of the Vicksburg Convention Center, and that's going to be at 5 p.m., and we're real excited about that. And then that's really kind of everything that's happening tomorrow, but we have more things coming up throughout the week. So we're just really excited to really kick it off all tomorrow.
I love, Beth, the Mississippi term damp for muddy. That's basically, you're like, it's a little damp, but I'm like, no, sweetie, it's muddy. That's
right.
Nobody wants to be out there in their good shoes with the rain that we have come through. But yeah, I think being able to bring things inside and still have the celebration. I think if you've never seen a parade inside, that would be something unique to do. I bet you get up close and a little more personal with a parade inside than traditionally speaking. Would that be fair?
Oh, yes. And, we got the idea. We wanted to do after the catfish tournament. All the boats come through the bottom of the convention center. It's the first time they've done weigh-ins, through the indoor of a bottom of a convention center, because the way we have those double doors that can just open and you can drive all the way through. And so we got that idea from the catfish tournament. So we were already going to do that a little bit. So we're just going to just make it the whole thing. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have some birthday cake, and it's just going to be a big celebration.
So you've got a few things too coming up the rest of the week, Laura Beth. If people aren't out and about today, and I know Vicksburg will be celebrating 200 years for the next year. It's your 200th birthday. You get to celebrate all 52 weeks of
That's
that
right.
year. Yeah, you don't have to wait for just 1 week or sort of one day. But what's kind of highlighting the rest of this week?
Well, the rest of this week on Thursday evening, starting at 5:30, we're going to have a symposium with speakers. We're going to talk about Vicksburg's past, present, and future. Linda Faulkner is going to moderate that. We have some former mayors and some business professionals that will be speaking there. We'll also have some more local high school performances. And then Saturday night, we're having the Bicentennial Ball. There still are tickets on sale at eventbrite.com if you want to make it. So Saturday night at 7 p.m. At the BB Club, which is a beautiful historic property in downtown Vicksburg. We'll have the ball, and then if that's not enough partying for you, there's also an after party at the Watermark on Washington Street, and that'll begin at 10:30. And you can also get those tickets at Eventbrite, or you can get combo tickets there as well. But if you can't come this week for all the fun bicentennial events, like Rebecca said, we are going to have stuff all year long. It's going to be so much fun, just celebrating our community and our culture, and just talking about Vicksburg and our past, present, and looking forward to the future.
Laura Beth, today is actually National Plan a Vacation Day. So if somebody hasn't planned a vacation to Vicksburg yet, would it be a good time to do that?
Absolutely. You can start planning by going to visitvicksburg.com. We've got sample itineraries on there. You just click on the suggested trip tab. We have so much to do and experience here. It's just all year long, we're going to have some fun stuff, extra stuff with Bicentennial. We've got in April, we're going to have a music and culture festival. We're going to amp up our 4th of July festivities, which are already so much fun with the fireworks on the river and the concert. In the fall, we're going to have several events. We've got the Historic Art Festival in September. We're going to have a family fair in October. There's Voices from the Hills, which is going to be some living histories at Cedar Hill Cemetery in October. And then we're going to culminate everything with a drone show on New Year's Eve. So it's going to be so much fun. I just can't wait to really show off our city. And yes, you can start planning your vacation now.
And two, I think it was neat, one of the many Facebook pages that do a good job of sharing Mississippi history and memories. I think it's Mississippi Memories shared today an old Coke bottle and sort of sharing a little bit of the story of Vicksburg being one of the first place where Coca-Cola was actually bottled. And you guys have a wonderful museum there that highlights that. That's got to be part of y'all's 200 history, having a little Coke, maybe a little throwback Coke.
Absolutely. You can get bottled Cokes at our visitor center. I think they're like $1. And you can also get them at the Coca-Cola Museum. My personal favorite thing to get at the Coca-Cola Museum is a Coke float. But it's one of my daughter's favorite places to go is the Beaten Horn Coca-Cola Museum. It's right on Washington Street. We're very fortunate we have so many museums that tell our history. The Old Courthouse Museum has been working with us on some bicentennial celebration. They've got all of Vicksburg's history there. We have the Vicksburg Civil War Museum, which is right down the street from the Coca-Cola Museum. And then kind of catty-cornered down the street, across the street is the Lower Mississippi River Museum and the Catfish Row Museum. So they're all within walking distance, and then you go down the hill and hit up the Old Depot Museum for trains and planes and automobiles and all the fun transportation things to look at. So, we're just very fortunate. We also have a passport that visitors can use, and if they get 5 stamps at our museums, our art galleries, our tour homes, or the National Military Park, then you can get a free T-shirt. So it's just a way to encourage everybody to go see more and really explore all the history that we have to offer here in Vicksburg.
And I know, too, Laura Beth, you guys were putting a call out for stories, Vicksburg Stories, to help celebrate over the next 200 years. Are those been posted? Or are y'all still collecting those?
We are going to be announcing those throughout the year. We will talk about, I can't remember what number they landed on, but at the ball we will announce, I think the first 10 or 12. We're going to now announce some names and talk about some of that history. We also have something fun planned where we have somebody doing spoken word. They're going to do 200 years of Vicksburg history in 200 seconds.
That's cool.
Real fun working on that because there's a lot of history there. It's real hard to smash in there in 200 seconds. But, he's done a really good job. It's really exciting. And then, of course, Golden Hills, longest running show here. Well, those Can dancers are going to make a special stop by. And
well, if we want to
Hills
plan our trip over the next year, where do we go to get all the information, Laura Beth?
Go to visitvicksburg.com, or if you want just specifically Bicentennial information, you can go to vicksburg200.com, and you can get all the information.
All righty. Enjoy your cake tomorrow. I know you've earned it, Laura Beth.
Oh, yes. I'm excited.
You and your team, and I appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you.
All right. You guys stick with us. We got more for you coming.